everybody, Crystal Beaudry here with Crystal's Clean Kitchen, where we help make clean eating a lifestyle. So we are doing a series right now that is all about simple syrups, or syrups in general. Now, if you don't know what a simple syrup is, it is something that is liquid, it's sweet, you can put it in drinks, you can put it and make ice cream with it, you can put it in granola. There's so many uses for simple syrup. So if you haven't checked out some of my previous videos, make sure to go do that, because we made a regular simple syrup, a vanilla one, a strawberry one, and then in our previous one, we also made a maple syrup. Now, you guys, they turned out so amazing. Seriously, I had so much fun using up the leftovers after I made the video. So you guys, you gotta check those out. I will make sure to link those down below. In today's episode though, we are going to be making a caramel sauce, or a caramel simple syrup, whatever you would like to say, but it is going to be delicious. You guys, you can use this, of course, with your favorite Starbucks drinks, and I'm also gonna give you some different sweetener options that you could make it with. You could either do xylitol, you could do allulose, or you could do some erythritol monk fruit. So depending upon how you want to use the sauce is what sort of sweetener you would use. If you want it for a drink, I would suggest using more like allulose or xylitol. If you wanted it for over ice cream or something like that, then you could use the erythritol monk fruit. But anyway, around it, it is gonna taste so good. So if you can, will you give this video a like, just so that it will send it to more people? Thank you so much. Okay, let's jump right in. So here is all of our ingredients that we need for our caramel sauce. So we're gonna start by making our own brown sugar. So I chose granulated sugar. So I used the erythritol monk fruit, and then I mixed it with some Yacon Syrup. Now, if you don't know what this is kind of newer to me also, but I've just discovered it, and it's kind of very cool. It is from the Yacon root vegetable, and it's a lot less carbs than doing molasses. Now, you could still do molasses, and it would still be keto approved. It's just a few more carbs. So that's why I decided to try the syrup. I'll be showing you how to make that brown sugar in a second, though. So for our sauce, we are going to be needing 1/4 of a cup of some butter, 1/2 cup of the brown sugar, and 1/2 cup of some heavy whipping cream. And then at the end, we will add in 1 teaspoon of some vanilla extract. Okay, let's get started. Okay, we are going to be starting with our cup of the erythritol monk fruit mixture. This is actually so incredibly easy to do. Now you want a crystallized sugar, which is what this is.
We have two.
Yep, you're gonna help too. Now we have our syrup. All right, so we're just gonna take our tablespoon of syrup, maybe a little bit more. Thank you for helping, Hannah, honey. Good job. Okay, gentle. Do you wanna stir it now?
Yeah.
All right, so this is gonna take a little bit because syrup is pretty sticky.
Yeah.
Is it sticky? Yeah, so we're just gonna mix it around until it's all completely gentle. We don't want to spill. Here, let me help you. You want that one? That one?
Yeah.
All right, stir it around. And you might even need to use your hands. I think I'm gonna. Did we wash our hands though, Hannah?
Yeah.
Yep. Do we always wash our hands before we cook? All right, so I'm gonna just stick my hands in there, kind of. Careful, girl.
Sticky.
It is sticky. Now this is going to make a really light brown color. So if you wanted it darker than this, which I think I'm going to do it a little darker, so I'm going to add another tablespoon to it. Hannah, be careful.
Dirty.
It is all dirty. Okay, you want that? Okay, now don't spill, girl. As you can see, it's starting to turn a nice golden brown. All right, so make sure that you reach down and get all the sides so that there's no white left in it anywhere. All right, so you can see this is a nice, really golden brown color. And then you can save this for any of your brown sugar needs. This would taste great in any hot cereal, and I'll be getting some more recipes that have brown sugar in it just so that you know what you can use it for. We are going to be starting by adding our 1/4 of a cup of butter. And you want to make sure that this is melted before you add in the brown sugar. So we're just going to let that melt for a little bit. So now that the butter is melted, I'm going to be adding in the 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And before I add the other stuff, I'm gonna just wait for this to melt a little bit. Ooh, it already looks awesome. I would suggest that you continue to stir it also because we don't want it to burn. The sugars started to melt, so I'm going to add in our 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. And then we're gonna just let this simmer for a little bit. Be constantly stirring it. And as it simmers, it's going to start thickening up also. And then right at the end, we will add in some vanilla. So as you can see, it is really coming along nicely. It is smelling just like a caramel sauce. And let me taste it. Wow, this is really good. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. So I'm just letting it reduce a little bit and also thicken up. You can already see that it's kind of thickening a little bit more. Has that great caramel color and also caramel taste. All right, so I think it is done simmering. As you can see, it definitely got a lot thicker. It tastes so much like just regular caramel. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is so delicious. So I'm going to actually be making this into more of a little salted caramel. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of salt in it. And now that it's done, I'm gonna add in my little vanilla. And then I'm going to let it completely cool down, and it will continue to thicken as it is cooling down. I actually let this cool down a ton because I had to move on with my day. I went to the zoo. And I came back and it was solid, not solid, but it was like more, in more of a solid, hardened state, which is fine, totally fine. All you do is you just warm it up a little bit again. And as you could see, it was a beautiful caramel sauce. If you don't want it to have that like crystallized effect that I was telling you about, all you have to do is replace the monk fruit erythritol mixture with a Allulose, and that will give it a complete liquid where it won't kind of get more solid if you let it cool down. But I mean, really, honestly, I mean, this tastes amazing. It really does. So if I were you, I would just warm it up when you need it. All right, you guys, here it is. Now, let's give it a taste test. It's so good. Yum. Okay, let's talk about the sugars. You don't have to use erythritol monk fruit. Now, sometimes when people use erythritol, they get a slightly cooling effect after you eat it. It's totally fine. You do not have to use that sweetener. You can use xylitol, you could use Allulose, and if you used either one of those two, I think it would be more of a liquid simple syrup versus a caramel sauce. So just keep that in mind. You can use whatever you'd like to use. But seriously, I make a lot of Christmas cookies and caramels, and this tastes so similar to the caramel ones that I usually use with all the sugar and all of the other ingredients. So you guys, you're going to love this. Now, you might have to reheat it up when you are needing it for something, which is fine because hot caramel sauce is delicious, or warmed caramel sauce. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more great recipes. Thanks. We'll see you next time.